and copycats slumming on the east
Hi,
end.
welcome. This is Danger Canadian Content Productions. I'm the Moose, and we are at the Factory Gastropub in the Danforth, and we are sitting here with Suzie from Oh Susanna.
Hello, Jim.
Hello. Is that the best way of putting it? Suzie from
Yeah,
or just
sure.
Oh Susanna?
No, it's good. I
Yeah.
often will say that, like, very officially on the phone. This is Suzie from Oh Susanna.
Yeah. No, that's, okay.
Sounds
Well,
more
it
something authoritative.
that works. That works. Let's start with gigs because that's
Okay.
obviously where most of the time that's where we see people. All right. Now there were three I think that really come to mind. One was the Harbourfront, which is a little bandstand out there.
Yeah.
And it's really nice. But was that a bit isolated being
It's
out there?
weird because you're on this. You sort of like you're standing on top of a cake or something with this. You know, it's round
Yeah.
and then a little thing on top. You know, a shade but it's lovely. Like I like daytime shows and I like being outside. So
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think the whole program that was run through Harbourfront, be on that little bandstand or actually being at the bigger venue around the corner, both of them were great. I mean, they got a lot of passing traffic, lots of people coming past who wouldn't normally sit down and watch. So
Yes.
you know, it captures it beautifully, doesn't it?
yeah, I think it's a great thing when City of Toronto wants to do these free and easy gigs. Yeah.
Well, in the farmers market at David Pico Square is something similar to that
Yeah.
as well, except
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
possibly the coldest day in
I know,
August
that
going.
was really cold.
It was, wasn't it?
I have those cold shows where one time I had to play in front of City Hall in February, and it was the coldest day of the entire year, and I was supposed to play for 40 minutes, but they said, no, it's okay, you can play for 20. It's okay.
We saw something. I thought, well, I can't. I'm going to get her name wrong now. I think it was Chantal Krevichuk, and she
Yes.
played young
And
Dundas Square
yeah.
in the freeze on Earth Hour Day when they're supposed to
In
turn all the
April?
lights out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, it was absolutely freezing. I think it was maybe in February, but it
Yeah.
was freezing, and she was wearing gloves and she was playing a piano.
Oh,
I've no idea how painful this must be to go through and do this now. But to go from the sublime to the ridiculous, you go from being outside in August and it's cold, which is unusual, but it's cold, to Choir Nation in Union Station.
Yes.
Now, I'll be
That
honest.
was a crazy show.
It was a crazy show, but that was a lot of fun.
It
I mean,
was
it really
fun.
was a lot of fun.
And it's not really a show actually at all. It's you know what it is, but I'll talk about it because Choir Nation is this organization that I guess Murray Foster and Todd Green started. I think they started it. And they want to have people just sing together. So they do these corporate kind of bonding things, or I don't know, just go somewhere and assemble people and have them sing together.
But it was beautiful. I mean, it was Big Yellow Taxi.
Yes.
And you know, if you're going to sing a song that everybody knows. You know, so
Yeah.
it was just beautiful, just worked beautifully at the end of the day. Passers, and for those who haven't seen it, it is up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Go and have a look and watch passers-by just join in.
That's right.
and come along and sing a song before they go home. Almost, you know, it was, and I love that space as well. The only thing
it's beautiful.
struggled a bit with the light, I'll be honest, but the space is absolutely beautiful, and it was why not use that, you know, and do that. I was saying previously Scott Hellman, who's had a couple of great songs out. He played there probably about 3 or 4 weeks after you did, and I'm not kidding you, the place was rocking with teenage girls.
Oh yeah.
Oh God,
Yeah.
the place was absolutely jumping. It really was, and it was hilarious to watch because you're dealing in a place where there are no restraints. Yeah. So,
Right.
but the girls are sitting there on the sofa and standing there and they're screaming, but they're not. They won't take that extra couple of steps forward because
Oh, how
there's
much space was in front of
well,
them?
that's it. There's a barrier between them, you know, and because there's a space, we're not allowed to go there. It was beautiful and it was funny and
Yeah.
all at the same time, and just everyone was just getting but they were singing their heads off, which is again great fun.
Yeah.
Taking pictures was slightly more difficult, but it was great fun to watch that. Now, thinking about that in terms of next part. So you're going out west, and you're going to be doing a tour through January, February. Oh, so sorry, through February onwards, I think.
It's
really.
Actually just at the end of the month, and end of January,
right,
beginning of February.
And that's with Stephen Fearing, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you're going out to Winnipeg, and I know there are other places out there as well.
We start out on Vancouver Island, and then we end up in Alberta, and then I'm going to stop in Winnipeg on the way home because I love winter so much.
Excellent. Winnipeg in February. I can't imagine it.
But you know what? The thing is, I have some dear friends there, and some amazing fans of my music. And when I was there last, they were saying, it's these two guys who work at the community radio, and they're like, when are you going to come and do your house concert tour, which basically means 2 shows in their living rooms.
Right,
and,
okay, fair enough.
So I was like, well, maybe I could do it on the way home for my Stephen Fearing shows.
For those who might not be aware of the house shows, they are absolutely brilliant. It is almost kitchen party time.
Oh yeah, they're really fun.
And there's a group here called Artery, and they've been setting up some of these shows across Toronto. Mm-hmm. They did Opera in Someone's Bathroom, which seemed...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know, that seemed really weird. I'm not quite sure how that really works. My mind's run away with me with that one in particular. But I went to one about it just over a year ago, and it was a jazz quintet in someone's front room. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
I walked in with a pack of beer and a camera, and just had 2 hours of absolute wonderful experience.
I know, it's great.
Really
you're
are
so close.
really. It's very personal.
Very
very
intimate.
cool. I love that. So after February, then are you going to be carry on touring? Is that another part of what you've got in mind?
I'm doing like a few shows in April. I'm doing a festival in Aurelia. I want to get the name right. I think it's called North Roots Festival or Roots North Festival. I can't remember which. Sorry. And so end of April. And then May, I'm going to go to Stratford, Ontario. And then I also, this is in the works, I might be doing a kind of a workshop, interview, songwriting, teaching thing in Kitchener. But it's still... being confirmed.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. No, I love. Oh no, that's. Yeah, there was a song by David Francie about a songwriting circle. And it's just named Kansas. It was a song called Kansas, which I absolutely adore. Which is who knows, it might end up with something similar.
Yeah.
You never know. I want to talk a little bit about A Girl in Teen City.
Okay.
Because it's, apart from being in our top 15, which 2017, which is well deserving. I mean, it was just absolutely brilliant. It does tell. You're a storyteller. Is the way I think I put it. And there was a lot of very personal story, or what appears to be personal stories for you coming out of that it's you, the teen girl, isn't it? In the city. Is that a cathartic experience for you, or is that how does that work?
I mean, I've never done anything like that before, where I really. I mean, I've had some autobiographical songs, but sometimes they're, or true story songs, but sometimes they're, someone in my family or a little bit about me, but sometimes fictionalized and maybe not so unabashedly, like this is a story from my youth or my past, which is what this whole album was, a song cycle about my youth and coming of age. But it was very cathartic. It was great to be able to remember things, and actually, I don't actually feel that far away from my teenage self often, and even though I am, I just feel like that time was very vivid and important in, how I became who I am now.
No, I get that completely. Yeah. I have a saying that says that there's no age limit on teenage angst.
Yes.
Really. So I get that completely.
Yeah.
No.
That was the other thing, is I deliberately decided to, I didn't want to, if I'd written the album during the teenage years, I would have had so much angst in the music.
Right.
But I chose to look at it from the point of view of someone who realized that she had a really exciting, interesting teenagehood, and there was a lot of moodiness and, you know, not such great times, but there was also adventure and wistfulness, and, you know, I was trying to act really cool a lot of the time, but it was a lot of really amazing, interesting things going on.
But I think that comes across beautifully in the album, all the way through from cars to dark rooms to cinemas. I mean, you seriously, the whole thing comes together absolutely beautifully, and that's what makes it work. Anyone who hasn't listened to it, please go and listen to A Girl in Teen City at the end of the day, because it is a fabulous recording. I mean, as you say, it's that point in time as well. It's a nice, it's not a wrap up, but it's you know, it's nice to be able to say that, you know, you've be able to capture, I think is the right word, capture what you really wanted to out of that.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. Excellent. In terms of moving on, we're going to move very swiftly into the. Please don't worry about the speed round of doom. Okay, it's first answer that comes to your mind, and sometimes
is that what we're doing right now?
That is good. Is what we're going to do right now.
Brace myself.
Yep, strap in. It's going to be. So we're going to start with something fairly benign, Richard.
Okay.
Which pizza? If you had to describe a pizza that would describe your personality.
That would describe your personality.
Yeah. So
man.
you've got no pressure, but you've got to describe your personality with a pizza.
Not the pizza that I want to eat, but the one that describes me.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, I do like my pizza to not have too many ingredients.
Right.
So I would say that is in keeping with me and what I like. I like things kind of isolated, like 3 things maybe at the most on pizza.
And that's
aside from the cheese and the sauce.
Yeah.
Like, but you have to be able to taste each thing. So there's something about that, you know, the purity and the simplicity. And I think that goes with my music and what I'm drawn to.
Yeah, no, that's beautifully done. Beautifully done. The next one is maple syrup.
Ooh.
Overpriced or overrated?
Neither.
Right. Yes, I see that definitely. Penguins or scorpions?
Scorpions.
Scorpions.
Because I'm a Scorpio.
Now that's how funny that is, because that's exactly the same rationale we had for a little while ago. You're a Scorpio, so brilliant. Okay, this one is a little bit weird. So we go. There's a space program going to Mars. Okay, now we know it's only going to be a one-way trip. Okay, so which doesn't mean we want people to die, but it may mean they're not coming back. So which of the following music celebrities do you get to put on that trip? You're going to put one of them.
With me?
Oh, no, you're staying here.
I have to stay here.
Oh, no, you're staying.
Oh, I want them to leave?
You want them to leave, yeah, you're going to leave. So, here we go.
Oh, my God.
Van Morrison,
No.
Johnny Rotten, Kanye West, Bob Dylan, Sting.
Kanye and Sting for sure.
Kanye, Sting, they're going.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Okay, they're on their way.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. Slightly more aggressive, but in a fight, who was going to win? A silverback gorilla or 100 midgets with knives?
Oh my God. What a crazy question.
I know. But that's
in a fight?
In a fight, yeah.
Against
They don't get on. They're neighbours. It's a border dispute.
100? Probably the Munchkins.
Munchkins?
Yeah.
I think the Munchkins will get there too. And then finally, we've got 2 things actually. Sorry, my apologies. How would you describe yourself? High maintenance, low maintenance, and this is the one that people struggle with here. High maintenance, but think you're low maintenance.
Oh yeah, probably that.
That? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Everyone's like, well, it was funny the other day. I was doing this harmony part, and David Travis Smith, who was engineering, he's like, do you want some water? Do you want some water? I'm like, no. Do you want tea? No. And he goes, you'll never be a diva. But in the back of my mind, I was like, you'll never know the truth.
I love it. And lastly, we're delighted to hear, which vegetable best describes Toronto? So Toronto is a vegetable.
Oh my gosh. Okay, what? At the moment, it's more like a potato than anything else.
Yeah.
Because it's wintry and sort of gray, and I love potatoes, but it's a little, a little bland. So you have to put something on it.
Okay, great. Yeah, no, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's lovely. That's a superb answer. A superb answer. Well, that brings us to the end of this chat. So.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So.
Thanks,
First
Jim.
of all, thank you very much indeed, Suzie. All right, thanks. Many thanks, Suzie. Many thanks. All your details will be in the credits as they roll through. Thanks to Factory Girl and George for tolerating this once again. Many thanks to Yeslin and Angelo for filming. Subscribe to the YouTube link, and until next time, good night.
Good night.
You pass the grease ball smoking in the breezeway, a Mona Lisa smile upon your face. Your hands are jammed inside your pockets, but they're counting down the days. You got tickets on the weekend to see DOA. All ages leaping from the stages. Joey's in the pulpit preaching, smash the stage. In his green Mac jacket and his sleeves all cut away. In a sea of sweat.